Good morning, everyone. My name is Martha Klimek, the author of Embracing the Supernatural and the Paranormal Phenomenon with Developing Your Psychic Abilities. Last night I had my first book talk at the Long Sault Library. There was 9 people in the room. I went and put out flyers in 4 different libraries from Cornwall, Ontario to Morrisburg, Ontario, and in the stores, wherever you could leave a flyer, pin it to their board. I did have 7 people come in, and 2 were my neighbors, 1 was my cousin, and the rest, the other 4, were women from Ingleside. And there was 2 in the library, the librarians. So out of the 9 people that were there, I sold 6 books, which I thought was really good. The people were nice. I did stammer a few times, and that didn't bother the people. I was a little bit nervous. I was trying to keep myself from being nervous so I could get through it. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be because you were talking on a subject that you knew, and you could speak about it. I found that it was very interesting. The people did have questions about what was in the book and how they can recognize the signs of the supernatural and paranormal. One man came and he bought a book for his wife. He contacted me on one of the buy and sell sites that I do post the book in and use once in a while to sell an article or 2. This man did come out to the book talk, and the reason why he contacted me because his mother-in-law passed away a week ago last night. So he wanted to buy this book for his wife to help her move through her grief and to understand the process of what goes on after you die. It was very nice that he did come out. He promised he was going to come out, and he did. And I'm thankful that he did come out. Let's see, a couple of the people, they shared their stories of what happened in the paranormal that they noticed themselves. They did want to know what was in my book before they bought the book, of course, and the librarian said that she really liked the book. She loved the book, and she was almost finished reading it. And her favorite part was the stories of me growing up with the events of the paranormal happening. That was her favorite part. Now, some of the other people, I know that's going to be their favorite part too, but some of the other people wanted to know if it was just in a memoir. It's not a memoir. It is a book that tells you how to navigate the supernatural and paranormal. You can notice the signs as they happen, and you can document it if you like in a journal to find out how frequently you get these events happening in your life. They were very interesting people. And some people, when I was reading the passage, I rode on the my road through the supernatural and the paranormal, and was telling them how I made it through without, what do you say, going crazy? thinking that yourself was to yourself that you're crazy, because you couldn't talk to anyone about it because nobody would listen to you. They were afraid to listen to you. So there was so much going on at that time in the universe. People didn't understand why people were hearing and seeing things they did. It wasn't because they were schizophrenic. It wasn't that. Some people, yes, it is mental illness, and some people it wasn't. Now, if you take a look at Vincent van Gogh, you know, he was a very accomplished artist. Everyone knows who Vincent van Gogh is. He's in the media and stuff. But he was hearing voices, and he was getting impressions on that, and he would reflect that in his paintings. But he feared that he was going crazy, and he signed himself into an asylum for probably safety, to protect himself. He signed himself in after he cut his ear off because he was tired of hearing these voices. Now, apparently there was no sign of mental illness with Van Gogh. It was him talking to spirits, or spirits contacting him, because the spirits knew that he would hear them. He would tune into them. It was unfortunate that he couldn't live with the aspect, right, of hearing these voices. And he did commit suicide. Many people in the same situation have committed suicide because they were fearful, that they were crazy, and they couldn't stand having to hear these people or see these people and being what everyone would call not normal. So it was very interesting. One woman was talking about a place that she was looking at. I'm not sure if she was going to rent it or whatever. She walked into the house, and she said the presence was so dark in that place that she had to leave. That's very common. It does happen to people. And some of the people were interested in how they could speak to their loved ones, which is not difficult at all if you're willing to listen, put the fear aside, and speak to your loved ones. You don't speak to them out loud. You can if you want, but they're not going to speak to you out loud. My common knowledge is that they will speak to you telepathically. That's the way I have it. But I've also heard voices that were speaking out loud as far as I was concerned. But then, of course, when these things would happen, the people around me would hear nothing. So maybe it was telepathic. I'm not sure. But I thought it was pretty damn loud. I think my first book talk went well. I'm thinking about signing up for more someplace, maybe go to the other 3 libraries that are in the area and sign up for a book talk there. But this week is, I guess it's all libraries, or the libraries of Stormont, Dundas, and Glengarry down this area. This is their week for acknowledging artists. Of course, if you're in the library, it's the week that you would acknowledge authors from the area. So I'd like to thank the people if they happen to watch this video. because I told them that I do post video on YouTube, and I'm assuming that they may come to YouTube to look for videos and stuff, because they did come to my book talk. And they did ask me, there was 3 women did ask me if I would read their cards professionally. I told them to give me a call, that I would. So whether I'm going to start reading cards professionally or not, it's going to be up to me, whether it's going to spread by word of mouth, or if I'm going to place an ad in the local free newspaper that goes around. I'm not sure what they're called up in Hamilton, but up around Canfield, Dunville area where I used to live, it was called the Regional News, the Sackham News. So this Seaway News could be out of the same media publishing company, because they're all over Ontario. Because I knew I was getting billed from places in Ontario that I would not run ads. And I got that straightened out. I would not run an ad way up north. Not for an income tax business and accounting, where with income tax you had to virtually be in front of your client to do their income taxes according to CRA law. Now that has changed a bit now because of the COVID. So I am in the middle of writing my other book. I've got to get to the editing of it, because I'm planning on entering it into the December 15th contest with the publishing company and the writers membership group that I'm in, which is the group they train you how to write books. So I'm planning on entering that contest again this year and having my new book published. I'm not sure when that's going to be published. It could be in the spring of 23. For one reason, I'm planning on entering or going to the psychic fair as one of their participants, not as a patron. I'm going to rent a table, go to the psychic fair when it comes around to Cornwall, and sell my books. Maybe do tarot cards. I'm not sure yet. But it would be a good way, another avenue to get the books out into the world so people can learn that there's nothing really to fear from the spiritual world, and there is life after death. There is always something else after. You just do not leave this planet and you're finished. A lot of people disagree with that, but the majority are coming to recognize that through NDEs, which is near-death experiences, there's a lot more to the spiritual world than everyone knows. And that you're not finished when you die. Your soul leaves the body and moves on. Whether your soul is going to stick around, or your spirit's going to, if you want to call it your spirit, it's going to stick around, your family, help them out in a crisis, or just be there because they love you and to show you support. I thank you, and I thank everyone that was at the books talk last night. That was October 20th last night. This is the 21st of October of 2022. I thank you, and you have a very good day. and hopefully you will come back. I am planning on doing more YouTube videos. The problem is finding the time and the quiet, just being quiet. Nobody running in and out of the house or the phones ringing off the wall, to distract you. I thank you again and have a very good day.